Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Hold on one second. Hola, hola. How y'all doing today? How are y'all? It's cold. Look at my rolling packaging that I didn't throw away yesterday. There we go. Just put it right there. I gotta clean this office. It's not really that bad. It's just organizing this side over here. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hey, everybody. I don't know if this is straight. I know I'm gonna need a charger here in a minute. I'm not going to get it right now. I probably need one for both of them here soon. What y'all doing? Y'all done had breakfast? I just ate some more bacon and the last of my banana bread. I'm sad. Greedy boy. You hear me? I was mad I only had 2 pieces of bacon, but I made them last. You hear me? It was thick cut too. Cooked to perfection in the oven on my cast iron skillet. Hey, y'all. I've been reading this morning. I got my last of my onions and my peas and my corn in my dehydrator. And then I am moving on to a new feat, which is, uh-oh. Welcome to December. Hello. I have a cousin in there. Anyway, how many of y'all got frozen fruit that's been in y'all refrigerator for forever? I'm just listening to your YouTubes and knitting and making wool slippers. Oh, cool. How many of y'all got frozen fruit that's been in your freezer forever? It's got ice on it and everything. Everybody do? Okay, so I'm going to need you to grab it out today. Okay? You listening? I hope you are. I'm going to need you to grab it out of the freezer today. Put it in a bowl with a lid on it and let it defrost. Put some paper towels. You just threw it away. Oh, you about to be mad. Put a paper towel in the bowl and then put the fruit on there and let all the moisture get out of it. And then dehydrate it and go get you some new fruit. Yep, Nicole. And you can make them into powders. Blueberry powder, strawberry powder, kiwi powder, whatever frozen fruit you got, it's strawberry, whatever. So when it come time to make bread and it ain't no fresh fruit, you ain't gotta waste that. Then you can go and get some more. Hey, yeah, that's what I'm on. I got my blueberries out. I got my strawberry. I'm like, these things been in here forever. I'm like, I'm about to just threw 3 big Sam's bags away. Amen. I bet you won't do that no more. So all that frozen fruit that's been sitting in there, dehydrate it and either put it in bags or make you some fruit powder with it. Yeah, because I was like, I'm not throwing this away. The food is too scarce right now, and it's been in there forever. I looked online. I said, oh, yeah, I'm about to make me some strawberry powder and some blueberry powder, and there's something else in there. I'm going to make some orange powder, too, from the oranges that I'm using for my, what's the name? I just want to say thank you for helping me work on forgiveness, but letting the pain go is hard. Well, honey, staying in hell ain't going to be. You're welcome. All you got to do is think about that's what's going to tether you to hell. I'm cool. After you dehydrate them, put them in your blender or your coffee grinder. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then put it in one of your bags and put your, what's the name in there? Because you got to think, if we need to make some kind of bread, no, they come next week. They'll be here next week. Yeah. So that's the plan. Don't let that fruit go to waste. Don't throw it away trying to make space. Make some powder out of it. Or dry fruit. You can do either or. You could just dehydrate it like the sugar, the strawberries. It says you drain them and then toss them in sugar and put them in the fridge for over 24 hours and then dehydrate them, and it makes strawberry chips. Sweet strawberry chips. So you could do that, or you can go ahead and grind it on up into a powder. And you got to think, if you dehydrating it with sugar and then you grind that up, that's already like a strawberry drink mix for when it ain't no Kool-Aid. Add some water, it's already got sugar in it. It'll be something with a little taste, you know. Don't let that food go to waste. Yep. So I was like, I'm not throwing this away. You know what I'm saying? Because where did they get like powdered lemonade from? It ain't nothing but crushed up powdered lemons and sugar. You can make your own. Powdered strawberry juice ain't nothing but powdered strawberries. Well, it used to be. Now it's a whole bunch of chemicals. But before, it was powdered strawberries and some sugar and some water, and you had strawberry juice or mango juice or pineapple juice. Dehydrate it, make it into a powder, add your sugar in there, and you good. You already got some drink mixes for when if it ain't nothing in the store. So I just been thinking, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have been doing that, because I threw a whole bag of mangoes and strawberries away like 2 months ago, and I'm like, dang, I could have dehydrated all of that and made a fruit punch drink. Because you realize the mixed fruit bag minus the bananas ain't nothing but what we call fruit punch. And we buy fruit punch powder all the time. So, make your own Kool-Aid. It's gonna be here, and you gotta think, if there's no fresh vegetables and stuff, that's gonna give you, that's gonna give you fiber and things like that, vitamin C or whatever else it is. So I'm gonna take a break on these potatoes and onions, because my house, I can't do it, and so I'm gonna do some fruit for maybe a week or so, work on this project, and then I'll go back to the potatoes and onions. But we're gonna need fruit, so that's another way. Even I was thinking about dehydrating broccoli. You can make broccoli soup with that if you just add some of that and a little flour, make you a roux. I mean, it ain't gonna be no chunks, but it'll still be broccoli soup. You know what I'm saying? After you put it, you store it. You store it. Go look online and look up dehydrated fruit, and then it'll tell you the process depending on how you're gonna do it. But yeah, so no more wasting fruit. Even if it gets soft, as long as you can dehydrate it before it goes bad, you could be using that for a number of things, because y'all, it might not be no fresh fruit in a minute. And a real fruit powder compared to whatever else they're going to be trying to give us is a healthier option when there's not much, But it's stuff that we could do now for that. So, I got my strawberries in a thing, defrosting, and my blueberries. I'll just show y'all the blueberry thing. Right? They starting to defrost now. But these was in the freezer, and I was going to throw them away. I'm like, man, I wonder how much blueberry powder this going to make. Because I love, like, blueberry cranberry juice and all of that. So, here we go. Right? Pumpkin. You can go look it up. There's a number of ways. That's what I just told you. Go look up how to do it, and it's going to show you how to store it, depending on the way that you do it. All you got to do is go to YouTube. No more wasting food. We can't afford it. You hear me? Figure out what you can do with your leftovers. If you can't do nothing with them, if you got the space, compost them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, listen. It's good to have seeds, but what people fail to realize is if we are in nuclear war, you're gonna have to grow that stuff on the inside of your house. The air might be so toxic you can't even go outside. And if food is scarce, you're not gonna want to have a garden because that's gonna make you a target. So yes, it's good to have seeds, but you need to figure out exactly how to grow those in your house. You're not gonna be able to just have chickens and stuff roaming free and ain't no food. Big old cabbages and sweet potatoes and people who are starving. You gotta learn how to grow that in your house. You have to. Hey y'all. Hey. So that was just another, right? Because we want to tell God we're thankful that He allows us to have food now and we don't want to waste. I got my onion peels in there getting ready to get washed. They gonna go on a dehydrator. I got that right. All I'm saying, y'all, is you need to think outside the box. Period. However you do it. Good job. Good job. This is my thing. You can't think that it's gonna be like it is right now. I figured that's what you meant. You hear me? Everybody's like, oh, I'm just gonna. Oh, okay, okay. You have to think. I've never really watched The Walking Dead or any of those shows, but if you have, I'm thinking whatever they had in the inside of that warehouse, hey pumpkin, whatever they had in the inside of that warehouse growing and stuff, that's your mindset you need to have. That you're gonna have to protect what it is that you have and keep it on the low that you even have it. That's why I brought that movie back up for those of you that might haven't seen it. Okay. For those of you that might not have seen that movie, that's why I brought that back up so you can understand these. If you are a part of this, if you subscribe to this, you get these special deals. They are programming us for that on everything. With our streaming sites, with different shopping things and everything. You hear me? If you subscribe, if you're a part of, if you have this app, then you get these special deals and you don't have to be like everybody else. That is another selling point of how all of this is about to be rolled out. You hear me? Also, I was watching somebody's thing the other day and they was talking about how in January all the fruit is about to get stupid expensive. I said, wait a minute. That means we're going to need dried fruit, a lot of it. Whatever kind of fruits you like, you need to be trying to dry them in this next month and a half before the 20th. I'm kind of pissed off at myself that I didn't pull my dehydrator out a year ago and get back doing this, but I was busy doing this. But I've been working my dehydrator nonstop. It took like 4 days off in the last 3 weeks. Other than that, it's been on 24 hours a day. And I'm getting ready to put my other one back up and get to moving on that one too. Yeah, because fruit is cheap right now too. Because not cheap, but it's reasonable because people do a lot of fruit trays for Christmas parties and holiday parties, and they're having them after and before the holidays. So there's a lot of vegetables, like I said, garlic and things like that are on sale that you'll want to take advantage of now if you can. I see a lot of people didn't spend a lot of money on Thanksgiving, which I'm excited about because it's about to get crazy. Especially with two of the people that import stuff to our country. Those are two of the highest tariffs that are getting ready to come our way. Yes, mine came and finna have it going today. Gotta do a dry run first. That part. Onions is easy. Onions are like the easiest thing because all you gotta do is cut them up and put them on there. Onions are easy. Onions, you don't gotta do nothing but cut them and, wash them. And then you can take your peels and go on them and put them on there too. Wash them up, let them dry a little bit on the paper towel and throw them in there. Onions easy. Now it's gonna have your house smell like underarms. Unless you got a garage, you could put it in our back porch. Then I would do that. Canada is on strike again. Interesting. Yep. It's crazy, I know. Very crazy. So I was reading today. I'm just go over a little bit with y'all. I'm not gonna teach a real class because I done ate that food and I'm sleepy. But there was some things that I found. I was looking into, just looking around. You're welcome, Pumpkin. Anybody heard of Aesop's fables? Anybody ever read any of Aesop? They made us read it in like school, right? Y'all remember Aesop's fables? You have it. Good job. Good job. So we know it's like, I think it was probably 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. Probably they was making us read Aesop's fables around there, somewhere between before 12th grade. Okay. So, like the tortoise and the hare, everybody knows that story. That's one of his fables. Right? The tortoise and the hare. If you know the tortoise and the hare, then you know that Aesop, that's one of his fables. There's a couple other ones that we've heard that are more famous, but that's his stuff, right? So I was reading in Josephus today because I'm just looking around for stuff. I'm just wanting to spark something this morning. And baby, let me tell you what I found. Now, I'm just going to read this. Please do not ask me the page and all of that. Ooh. Thank you. I just want to read to y'all what I was reading about. Okay? Y'all got me? Because then it'll go into, do you have the same edition? I don't know. I just want to read to y'all what I found that was very interesting to me. Okay? Okay. So, I was reading about Herod. And y'all know there was a couple different Herods, right? Like not all his sons, but he named some of his sons after him. So there was Herod the Great, right? Which was the first Herod, Herod the Great. And Herod the Great is the one that slew all the babies under 2. King Herod was his son, and he's the one responsible for the execution of Jesus and John. Okay? So there was Herod the Great, which was the daddy, and then King Herod, or King Herod Antipas, was the son. And he's the one that's responsible for the unaliving of Jesus and John. Okay? Y'all got me? Y'all with me? Now, all of these Herods was a mess. Both of them. It was another one, but his first name wasn't Herod. His middle name was Herod. It was the brother. Right? But y'all want to hear how this man, oh my God. So look, I'm going to just go through. And I'm going to skip around. That's why I say I ain't really telling no pages or nothing, because I'm not going to read it all. But when I tell y'all this was so interesting, I was like, oh my goodness. Okay? So look. Okay, so it says, these men, when they found that the king's distemper was incurable. So King Herod had got sick. Right? He had got sick. And his disease was incurable. Right? Get this. It says, excited the young men that they would pull down all the works which the king had erected contrary to the law. So basically, it was a like the Russian, or not, the German eagle, the big gold eagle, the one we use in America too. They had put that on the temple, and Herod has said that was his donation to God, but really, it was against God. It was blasphemy because God said He didn't want no statues or nothing on his temple, right? So when he did that, he thought he was honoring God, but he wasn't, and the Jews were actually mad about it. The Israelites, they were upset that he had put that up there. They didn't want him to do that, right? So, I'm trying to get to the part where, okay, so it says, and thereby obtain the rewards with the law, will confer on them for such actions of piety. For that it was truly on account of Herod's rashness in making such things as the law had forbidden, that his other misfortunes and this distemper or his sickness, which was so unusual among mankind, and with which he was now afflicted, came upon him. So he got a rare disease. Herod did. Okay? He got a real rare disease that nobody has seen because of how he treated the Jews. Right? Y'all ready for this? Because I was like, oh my God. Hey, are y'all listening? Listen to this. I said, oh, I don't, God, please help me. So it says, but now Herod's sickness basically greatly increased upon him after a severe manner, and this by God's judgment upon him for his sins. For a fire glowed in him slowly, which did not so much appear to the touch outwardly as it augmented his pains inwardly. So he had a fever, a real, real bad fever. But if you touched him on the outside, he wasn't hot. It literally just made his insides feel like he was on fire. Okay? So he wasn't cold to the touch. He was normal on the outside, right? So if they touched him, it wouldn't feel like he was sick. But God made him be burning up with heat. Like basically he was on fire on the inside. Ain't that crazy? But that ain't all. Y'all ready? I said, oh God, please help me. It says, for it brought upon him a vehement appetite to eating, which he could not avoid to supply with one sort of food or the other. His entrails were so exulcerated, were also exulcerated, and the chief violence of his pain lay on his colon. So he had an ulcer on his colon, but also his intestines was inflamed. Okay? So he got a fever, right? He got a fever, but you can't feel it on the outside, but it feel like he on fire on the inside. Not only that, it didn't matter what he ate. It tore his stomach up, like literally. He was messed up. His bowels was so inflamed. Okay? Hold on. It says, an aqueous and transparent liquor also settled itself about his feet, and like matter afflicted him at the bottom of his belly. Y'all, so he had swelling in his legs and his feet, liquid, like you could push him and see the liquid like in his legs and in the bottom of his stomach. So his stomach was swelling up and his legs were swelling up with so much liquid that he was in pain. So his bowels, you said edema. Okay, so he had edema in his stomach and in his legs, Then his bowel lymphedema, okay, and then his bowels was swollen, and it didn't matter what he ate. The ulcer that was on his colon, I think my mom has that. You got to use boots for lymphedema, right? The boots to massage the liquid and move it around. Because my mama has to wear those boots. Yeah, okay. So he had that. Plus, he had ulcers, basically colon cancer. And he had ulcers in his stomach. So he couldn't walk. He couldn't really eat nothing without ulcers. And is it which one is it where your stomach swells up? Is that like kidney disease? You think Crohn's is the one that does that to you, makes you bleed on the inside? He did. Is it kidney disease that make your stomach swell up real big? Or liver? Which one of them make your stomach swell real big? I know it's liver or kidney. Okay. The kidney. Because I know that I know some people that was real small, but they had real big stomachs. Both of them can, liver and kidney. Okay, so it was one of them that he had because his stomach was real bloated, but he couldn't really eat nothing. Okay? What's crazy? Somebody said diverticulitis. My mom has diverticulitis. And they had to take out some of her colon. And she has lymphedema. My real mother. I ain't gonna lie, when I was reading this, I was thinking about her. Crazy. Gastric, yeah. Yeah. No joke. Your sister had it too? All three of them? And get this, when my mom was young, she had ulcers in her stomach. My mom just went to the ER last night for diverticulitis. Girl. Come on in, because we ain't even done. We ain't even done with his sickness. Come on. Listen. It says, nay, farther, his privy member was putrefied and produced worms. Did you hear what I said? His privy member had worms coming out of it, and it was petrified. You said gangrene. What? Could you imagine? So you saying my father got, yeah, he did. Could you, my friend's dad, it happened to him. And he passed after that? Well, yeah, he was getting ready to die. He's getting ready to die. He's literally getting ready to die. That's crazy. Listen. Could you imagine what he smelled? Oh, okay, hold on. It says, and when he sat upright, he had a difficulty of breathing, which was very loathsome on account of the stench of his breath and the quickness of his return. So he was breathing hard and fast, and his breath was stinking. He also had convulsions in all parts of his body, which increased his strength to an insufferable degree. It was said by those who pretended to divine and those who were endowed with the wisdom to foretell such things that God inflicted the punishment on the king on the account of his great impiety. And so because he was in all that pain, his temper was real, real nasty. It says he was irritable, angry, fiery, and indignant. Can I tell y'all something? All four of those things describe my mother. No joke. When I was reading this, all that kept coming to my mind was my mama. And her sister who died of I can't remember what she died from, but she was mean as hell. Evil, mean, and she had a lot of these symptoms. She was cutthroat, she didn't care, like, and when you read about Herod and how he moved, he didn't care about hurting his family members, he didn't care about unaliving his kids, he was greedy, he was this, he was that. And it's crazy because right before he died, he just started giving everybody money. That's the same thing my auntie did. She had stacks and stacks of food stamps that she had for years up in her. They found like thousands of dollars. She had hoarded and was so covetous of everybody else's stuff. She didn't care. She could steal. She could do whatever. But they was dividing her stuff up while she was laying there on the couch like dying. People was coming in her house taking all kind of stuff, like her pills, her money, her clothes, her shoes, because she had a lot of nice stuff. Fish tanks, this, that, and the other, and there was nothing she could do about it. But she treated people like crap when she was alive. For real. She hurt children. She would beat children. She did all kind of crazy stuff. Torture people, torture kids, take from people that didn't have nothing. Like my auntie was a beast. You hear me? And thinking about how she was right before she died is a lot like Herod was right before he died. And some of these things my own mother is going through right now. And I'm not putting her out there as bad. I'm just like, dang, I wonder if that being mean and cutthroat and covetous like that really has something to do with your health. She has the same digestive problems, like everything. I remember when my mom was young and I had got a whooping because I had put something, too much pepper or something, and it messed up her ulcer. And she whooped me for it, but I don't know. I'm like 6 or 7 years old. I don't know, right? Yeah. You know? So I remember getting a whooping for that, but y'all don't think that's crazy. You hear me? Crazy. When I was reading that, I was like, it's a lot of people sick because they mean. It's a lot of people sick because if they was at their full strength, they do a lot of damage. And that's all I keep seeing. Every time I read this, it's like, oh, wow. So it wasn't just a rare disease that came up on you. It was your sin. You might not have never put your hands on anybody, but you might be the person to say, if I could get to you, I. And if I could get away with it, I. You said, I believe that wholeheartedly. Listen, when I was reading this, and this is not nothing negative against my mother. I want to say that again. But it's crazy that a lot of the symptoms that Herod has, she having right now. I'm talking about as soon as I start reading and I'm looking it up, I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, tell me that's not crazy. And then too, you gotta think when God get a hold of you, it's a scary thing for him to make you like suffer and die slow and then have to turn around and still go to hell. I don't want that. I do not want that. You said once I read it for myself, I understand where my disease came from. Listen. Yeah, you right, Lotus. My mom's a giver but mean, shaking my head, diverticulitis and ulcers. My mom too. My mom, she'll give you whatever, but you gonna hear about it, everybody gonna know about it. And then if you don't give her the right response when she give you something, thank you is not enough for her. It's a whole thing of you shouldn't have, she shouldn't have gave it and all of this old stuff. And I'll be like, yeah, that's crazy. Hey y'all, good afternoon, y'all. Why? What's wrong? Watch how you treat people. I went out passing out plates to feed homeless people, pray for them. Yeah. What's going on, Pumpkin? You said I was the one who would stay on site and then turn around and give to the homeless. Somebody hacked my Cash App and stole some of my money. Are you serious? Oh no. Can you get it back? Can't they take it back? They can't get it back? You said that's happening to a lot of people? They disputing it now. Well, then don't be upset. Thank God for your money coming back, girl. Thank God for your money coming back. Breathe. Thank God for your money coming back. Say it. Say it with me. Thank you, God, for letting my money come back. The devil wants you to be upset, but God said he's already taken care of it. No. Well, don't you want to speak it into existence? God knew it was going to happen. Okay, right. 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 Thank you, Lord, for the money coming back. Right. Yep. Yeah. Yep. So, back to what I was saying. It is amazing to me that um the way that you move, those things affect your life, and it's crazy. Like I said, you came in right on time. We talking about people that take from people and do all these different things. What happens to them? People that get things unjustly and they don't care about taking from nobody else or lying to get what they need and all of that stuff, scheming and covetous and all of that. We literally are, that's what we're talking about right now. Literally what we talking about. Literally. And then you came in and said that. So just understand, they just brought damnation. That's why I don't want to take nothing from nobody. Hello. Crazy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, what y'all think about that though? Just reading that small bit of what happened to Herod because of how he treated a certain people and how he was as a person, that even though he was a king and even though had all, and it makes me think about the elite too. Think about it. The elite always get some rare kind of disease that ain't nobody ever heard of that takes them down fast and they just be looking crazy. Right? A lot of the elite, like it be some rare, something that it's only two of them can get in the whole 200 years or whatever. I don't know. And it made me think about them too, because of the power and the stuff that they have, right? And they use it to hurt people. They use it like the royal family. All of these, the stars too. It's crazy when you think about it, how, Auntie, well, I was just thinking about you while I'm cooking and listening to gospel. Oh, I've been on here about an hour, nephew. What you cooking? Some fried potatoes and something? You making some fried potatoes? Look, you got a little ham on the side with some fried potatoes and eggs. Baked chicken and potatoes. Oh, I was close. I was close. So you is making potatoes. I can feel it in my spirit. I felt the potatoes. I didn't know what meat you was making, but I can feel the potatoes. I can feel it. He said, "Yep, chicken and potatoes. Good, 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 good." That makes me excited. I can feel the potatoes in my spirit. I can feel them. I don't know if they fried, mashed, or what, baby. But listen, I can feel it. You said right now, right? We never know how people are going to reap what they sow. They show on the stove. I can feel them. I can feel it. You said in people's homes. I can feel that. I don't know why potatoes was on the menu. Good job, nephew. Good job. Good job. Bloodborne infections and disabilities. Yeah. So that's crazy. My grandma just made her some potatoes and onions. Listen, honey. Listen. Listen. I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner. I'm tired of eating the same thing, but I don't be feeling like I don't be wanting to, cause nothing I be making be simple stuff. Like if I really want to eat something, and that's a whole process, and then I have to clean up, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna try to make something easier, but I haven't decided on what I want to eat yet. I kind of want some stuffed peppers, but then I don't. Right? So I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do. I ain't had made no stuffed peppers in a minute. You said yes and bake them. I've been thinking about it, nephew. I've been thinking about some stuffed peppers because I got some rice in there. I know, right? Yeah, a salad. That ain't what I was thinking about. Now I have my days, but no, not when it's all this snow and stuff outside. A salad is not what's coming to my mind. I need something that's gonna stick to my ribs, like some rice and beans or something. Yeah, salad ain't gonna do that. No, but salad ain't gonna help me. I need something else with some girth to it. You know what I mean? Like a heavy piece of cornbread or something. I already had chili this week. I done ate chili almost every day. I don't want that. I'm probably gonna make me some stuffed peppers. That's probably what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I got some crawfish and I have some I had bought, I think I'm gonna make a turkey pot pie with this leftover. Girl, yeah. If my kids was here and I would have cooked it, I told my daughter yesterday, girl, if you don't make some ham salad with the rest of that ham, you playing, or put it up. I told her, or you can make some Hot Pockets. You like ham and cheese Hot Pockets, go get you some puff pastries and make your own Hot Pockets with your ham that you made. She said, Mom, that's a good idea. I said, yeah. You can make turkey and cheese or whatever else you gonna do if the kids be smashing Hot Pockets. Take the turkey too and put it in make some broccoli and turkey Hot Pockets and put them in the freezer. Baby, I used to reuse everything, honey. I take some of that ham and make me some taquitos with it, with some ham and cheese. Baby, listen, I'm about to repurpose everything. If my kids was here, they'll tell you. I used to have to repurpose everything. We about to take this and do that with it, so I ain't gotta cook. Yeah, you can make your own hot pockets with whatever meat and cheese you got. Get you some Velveeta and chop it up and put it in there and put them in the freezer. I'm boiling my ham bone today to cook. Ooh, some beans. Yeah, yeah. But turkey pot pie sound good. All of that. Will. FYI, I just found a dehydrated on Shein for $45. Reviews were good. Had to buy. Good job. Good job. We just talked about making fruit powder just now. Hey, Miss Rose, do it just be mangoes down there where y'all at? What fruit be down there where you at? That you could just pick off the trees? Y'all got a lot of fruit trees like in Arizona? In Arizona, it's like it's always citrus, like limes and lemons and oranges and grapefruits. I just got my dehydrator book and some Mylar bags. Come on in again. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. Orange and grapefruits, girl. There go your citrus powder. Whatever is around, I'll be dehydrating that too, drying it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said, yes, mine coming for Christmas. Come on now. Yeah, I had an orange and lemon tree in my backyard when I lived out there. I'm trying to tell you. You lived in Florida or Arizona, Steph? Laugh out loud. That's funny. I was saying they don't have fruit trees like when I was young. Yeah, they don't have them like when I was young either. Oh, you live in Arizona? No, you didn't live in Arizona. What years? You might know my son. I don't know how old you are, Steph. I got some oranges too, but I guess I'll be dehydrating them too then. Yeah. I'm about to dehydrate them and make me some orange powder. Orange powder, strawberry powder. Hey, Mr. Hardy. You only spent 3 years out there. Oh, okay. Okay. That don't mean you didn't know my son. How old are you? You still might know some of my family members. There's a lot of them out there. Crazies. Yep, dehydrated orange slices. That's candy in U33. So you my niece's age. Okay. So you might have knew my nieces. My nieces and nephews is your age. I think my oldest niece is 37. So yeah. So you my nieces and my age. Okay. Aww. You went to Sierra Vista? Are you serious? Oh, you lived in Sierra Vista. My niece. Let me be quiet. Never mind. Yeah, I downloaded an ebook about dehydrating yesterday from Facebook. Has a lot of information. Yeah, and y'all know all them videos is on YouTube. Fast forward it so you can get past all the rest of it. Okay. Don't forget YouTube. For who touched it? Okay. Oh, so you was in. All right. Got it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. All the frozen fruit that you just been pushing to the back of the freezer, dehydrate it and either keep it as dried fruit or make it into powder. Please. You hear me? I'm so happy y'all dehydrated. It makes me so excited. It makes me so excited. It do. We didn't learn how to you gonna do it today. Yeah. Yeah, me too. That's why I said I'm about to go on and it's already processed from the stove too. I ain't got to do no extra cutting or nothing. I'm about to do that. I have a lot of frozen fruit and vegetables in the bottom of my deep freezer. Right. You said my apples, I decided to make jam instead of jelly. I looked at that. You can make apple powder too. Why apples is real cheap right now. Well, not cheap, but for the holidays, people be giving them apples in orange bags. See, if our parents would have known back in the day, you did garlic and cabbage. Yep. Cabbage is on my next. I keep saying it, but cabbage, because the water be taking forever. But I'm going to get to it. But I'm going to try this fruit now. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to get rid of this fruit in the freezer. All the fruit in the freezer. I'm about to get rid of it. No, I know you can do cabbage. I've done cabbage, y'all. I get it. Y'all, I've done cabbage. I'm just saying, sometimes it be taking longer because of the water content. It's like onions. The water content, it takes a while to dehydrate them, is all I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Dehydrating broccoli, wondering if Brussels sprouts would work. Yeah, it takes longer. Well, I'm just thinking about, I was just talking about broccoli. You could dehydrate it and then make it into a powder for broccoli soup. Yes, I have the Mylar bags and those oxidizer things. Got to figure out how and when to use them. I'm excited. I'm excited for y'all. Well, that's why I ain't been on here, because I'm trying to get my stuff together. I just wanted to tell y'all about that and tell y'all about Herod and his crazy way that he died, and he was even crazier. And let me tell you what else he did with his raggedy self. Guess what else he did with his raggedy self? I'm going to ask Auntie, what kind of bags were those that you showed us? They Mylar bags. But I use both, y'all. I use regular vacuum seal bags and Mylar bags. I have both. I have rolls of the vacuum seal bags, and then I have a stash only about this big of Mylar bags. When I first started, I didn't use Mylar bags. When I first started, I used the dehydration bags that our scalloped potatoes come in. The thick plastic bags. That's what I use. Yeah. He did have a lot going on. He did. And then right before he died, because he knew nobody, because he knew nobody was going to be sad that he was dead, he went and had everybody rounded up. One from each of the families in all the little cities, and had them put in a hippodrome. And told his soldiers, when I die, before y'all tell the people, go in there and kill all of them with arrows, so everybody is screaming and hollering, and then tell the people I'm dead, so that way everybody will think they crying for me. Because he wanted everybody to be sad when he died, so he was going to unalive one person from each one of their families so that the city could cry and people could say that they were wailing for their king. I said, this nigga was crazy. Real crazy. Real crazy. Okay. Ain't that crazy? So God done put all this on you. You got worms coming out your tree branch. Your legs are swole. You can't eat nothing. Your stomach is on fire, and you still want to try to go out and making somebody else hurt. You is crazy for real. And it's still about yourself. Come on. Look. Maybe if you would have lived better, people would have been sad that you were gone. Okay. Send me a picture of it, Rika. Can you? Really? Thank you. Isn't that crazy? You gotta think. It make you wonder now why people be sick. Not, I know some things just come on you, but it also make you wonder why certain people be sick the way that they do be sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, did you do this to yourself? Did your actions make it to where you have to live like this? Y'all see what happened to old boy, Jacob's son? He got sick in his loins because he tap danced on his stepmama guts. So, I mean, I don't know. And he almost died from his little disease he had in his loins. 7 months he was on his deathbed, and if his daddy wouldn't have forgave him, he would have died. So it just make you think about, right? You see, right? Resistance. You hear me? That's a whole different level of wicked. It is just wanting to be relevant. Exactly. Exactly. So you think about that, and it's like, God, please help my mind, help my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Keep me where I need to be, because he was constantly thinking of evil things. He don't be playing at all. And that's why I be like, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. That don't have nothing to do with me. You heard me? I don't want no parts of it, because when God get mad at you, it's a different type of mad. You can't walk. You can't. Ugh. Could you imagine the smell of the room that man was in? Mm-mm. 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 And this is Herod the Great is the one that was running with Cleopatra. I didn't know she was as cutthroat as she was. Like, I've studied on her. But baby, she was a whole case of work too. She was like one of the girls. She was the setup girl, but she was that dude though. She didn't care about going in no temples, taking all the gold, all the whatever. I wanted, it's mine, I'm taking it. Come on, with that. On them. You heard me? She was a beast too. Yeah. I was just reading about her stuff. I'm like, this chick. But anyway, that's what I was gonna tell y'all when we started this. Aesop, she was like the girl from Cocaine Cowboys. What's her name? Zip. What's her name? They call her the Black Widow. What's her name? I can't think of it. She had the brown pie face. Griselda. Griselda. That's what type of time old girl Cleopatra was a Griselda Blanco. Yes. That's the type of time that Cleopatra was on. Yeah. Her. So if you think about Cleopatra being alive in our days, she was Griselda Blanco. Loved her family and to be cool, but she'll kill you too. She poisoned her brother so she could be the queen. Crazy. Yeah, she was with it. And guess who Aesop was? Aesop was around when Cleopatra was living in Alexandria. From Aesop's fables, it was Aesop that was running with her. Tell me that's not crazy. So Aesop from Aesop's fable was alive and talking in between Alexandria and Cleopatra. Aesop. Crazy, right? Because I was looking at when they all lived. Because it says that Mary was Mary. Well, there were several Cleopatras. It was like 7 or 8 of them, right? But get this: Mary, Jesus's mama, was born between like 18 BC and like 20 and 18 BC, right? And she died after like 39 BC. I mean AD. Excuse me. She died after like between 6 years, the year Jesus died, and 6 years after that, she died. Somewhere in there. Right? But I was looking at who was alive at different times, like Jesus, James. I think it was James, Jesus' brother. He died in 62 AD. Right? So I was looking at when these people were alive, who was alive, which we can use our green book, but I didn't feel like pulling it out. I was just kind of looking through. And it's very interesting to see who all was living at the same time. Now, these are studies that I've done, but I always go back and see something I didn't see before, like Aesop was alive with Cleopatra in Alexandria, which is really, really crazy. When Caesar, Augustus Caesar and all of them was alive. So it's just interesting to see how the stories, how they've divided them, like, oh, this was only happening in Rome and this was only happening here and there. And all these people were alive at the same time, which is what I've been saying for a very long time since we've been over here and before. So with that, yeah, that was it. I didn't really want much. I wasn't going to be on here long because I got to get to my onions and get that processed and then go process this other fruit. So I love y'all. And I hope y'all have a great, great day. I might come back on a little bit later, but today I've been reading and studying and then trying to get in this kitchen and go through this freezer. See you later. Go through this freezer and get all of this stuff that's just been sitting in there and whatever I can dehydrate. Fruits and vegetables, that's what I'm about to do. Might as well. And then we can go get some new fruits and vegetables and put them in there. Right? Because they freezer burned anyway. But when you hungry, you'll just do whatever you're going to do. Love y'all too. Yeah. You said don't forget the peppers. I'm going to figure out something. I am, nephew. I'm going to figure out something because it's about getting to... I just ate a little while ago, so I probably won't eat till about 7. But I'm definitely gonna get on that fruit though. Yeah, Aesop. Aesop's fables. Yep. I love y'all. You're welcome.